What is up, guys? It is Joseph Watson here at the Current of Currencies podcast. It is about to be February 8th, 2022, and we are here for your market update. We're going to talk a little bit about geopolitical issues as they are starting to press a little forward more and more as the days go by. Everybody is starting to make their move, and the world is getting into a very, very deadlocked position right now. So what's going to happen in the markets because of it? Well, we're going to show you tonight. I'd also like to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor, nor is anybody who works for me on my platform. We are only giving out paper trading advice, which is hypothetical situations of us buying and selling stocks, equities, and cryptocurrencies. Thank you. Now, I think one thing that absolutely needs to be pointed out, even just for historical purposes, is that Russia and China have now announced a partnership with each other. Now, if you live in the country of Taiwan or Ukraine, this would be something quite concerning to hear about. At the same time the Ukraine situation is playing out, Taiwan is in a very much similar situation in the Indo-Pacific region, with China being the entity poised to invade it. Now, one thing that has stopped them over the years is that we are in support of Taiwan to claim their independence, and we support them navally in the Indo-Pacific region and also through financial tools. The one thing that's kept China away is basically us, and that's because we do so much trade with China. If they do mess with our countries that we're also aligned with, we would then have to take a stance against them. And it's starting to get to that point where it's choppy, and these countries are starting to make a shift in how they're feeling about being less neutral in moving in what they are trying to achieve as a nation themselves. And that's something that I could never think of. I'm not a politician in that sense. A great example of how this could affect our market is today the Chancellor of Germany met with the President of the United States to consider a front to avoid any foul play in Ukraine. And one thing that the President asked was if the Chancellor would shut down one of the oil pipelines that supplied Russia if this were to play out. And she declined in that sense. So again, that is the whole energy thing that I've been talking about in the last couple episodes, where we are going to see potential sanctions if these certain conflicts play out. And you can make profits on just hedging against or for what these happenings do in the market. It's really as simple as that. It sounds hard, but it's just watching the charts, really. And that's why I do this every day that I can, because I know some of you who do have bigger bags are listening, are asking me questions all the time, and you want to do the best for your money. So, if you like what I do, if you like the information that you get, even if it's just a different perspective, give me a like, tick the little bell, tag all for the notifications, and just support the channel, because I'm trying to get all of this content as soon as I can to you so that we all make better decisions and make more money at the end of the day. Another thing on the supply chain side of things is things are starting to get to a boiling point in Canada, with the strikes in Ottawa becoming extremely intense in what's happening with these truckers protesting vaccine mandates in the country. There are a lot of crazy claims going on. Something wild is happening in Canada. So I would definitely keep an eye on that, because it almost sounds like a revolution. So yeah, crazy things going on this week. And you want to talk about crazy, man, the crypto market is just mind-blowing now. So right as we are about to flip to weekly green candles for the first time since the extreme crash that we saw a manipulated pump, and I'm calling it that. Absolutely. I think I understand what's happening, and I'm going to talk about it when we get to the crypto section tonight. But I believe that the institutions are front running not only the traditional markets now, but the cryptocurrency markets are also trading on traditional markets weekly open. And I'm going to show you why I think that tonight. So definitely a good one to stay into for the TA part. All right, so the traditional market did just about what I thought it would in the sense of continuing a small downtrend, but it does seem that we have seen a floor, and I'll show you why I think that tonight. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I chart the dollar index so much. And because, again, this is a great tool to watch how inflation actually works. It correlates to many different markets, and especially the cryptocurrency market, as that is the in and out flux of what generates income for cryptocurrency traders in the United States is US dollars. So typically in that case, when the currency goes down, crypto goes up, and vice versa. When the US dollar goes up, crypto goes down. Now you can see right here in the 1 hour chart, this is actually playing out right now. We had a huge channel that we were going from really mid last year and just skyrocketed. And again, now that we are around this high, we're seeing the price of everything just skyrocket itself. That is inflation itself. This chart is depicting that. So again, looking back at what we have in the future, and for Forex traders, I hope you got out in this golden pocket right here, because that would have been a nice little trade for the 6 months or so. But we are seeing an ascending wedge, and it looks like we have finally broken out of it. Now, this is just in the last couple hours, but as I had marked a floor before here, it did seem that we found a floor bottom around the 95 150 area. So what we want is to see if this green bar, or just a typical level of support in this area now, if it holds or not, and if we can break up over this major box of support and hold this level. So that's what we'll be watching in the next couple days, is the dollar back and going to retest for new all-time yearly highs. We have to wait to see if the Fed actually raises interest rates in March, but what we're waiting for from the Fed is to see if there is going to be more stimuluses to institutions or to the general public again, or if interest rates actually do finally shift and the price of the dollar and inflation comes down. This time it looks like they're actually going to increase interest rates rather than doing stimulus. So that's why a lot of people in the trading market are worried that the asset prices are going to come down now. So looking at the S&P, we are still holding our downtrend line with a small breakout again happening a couple days ago. On the 1 hour, we have not seen very great price action, but we are holding this major level of support right now. Will we get up over it and continue our way upward? Well, we need to break out of this downtrend right here. And again, we are seeing floor areas being pronounced, and if you did get in around here, you're in a nice profit right now. Just, are we painting a bull flag right now, where if we do something like a measured move, let's say from the bottom of the resistance, that would technically let us retest for the 4,700 area. But I'm waiting for the rest of this week to play out before I I think that we could potentially see a much lower point and much lower floor than this, but I'd like to see the rest of this week play out. Same thing can be said for the Dow Jones. We are basically retesting a old level of support, now resistance. Again, just looking at past price action, there are some major levels to take into consideration that we've held. Looking at the 1 hour, we're kind of painting that same bull flag. Are we consolidating right now? We're in a symmetrical pennant form, and we also could potentially be seeing a bullish or a bearish M pattern, which I have written out here. I wanted to point out to you guys. But if this is a pennant, then it'll look something more like that. But it seems like we got our pump, and again, I'm not a trader of the Dow Jones or S&P often, no retirement funds in that or anything like that. But yeah, the bearish M I would definitely watch out for, and it just seeing we have hit the top of this major old support, new resistance level. We did not top off over, or we did top off over here, but we unfortunately fell right back down, as you can see. So are we on our way downward tomorrow? It looks like that for the Dow Jones and S&P as well. So definitely take that in consideration with every other stock on the New York Stock Exchange and American market. Gold is looking very strong again, going down to the 4 hour. We are seeing it reestablish an area of support in the 1800 zone, and it had a nice little bullish pump on the 1 hour charts from open, or from last night, I should say. We saw a rise of about almost a 70th%. So that's a nice little $10 raise on however much you have. U.S. oil is just, again, looking so bullish right now, and with everything that I've been talking about tonight, it really doesn't surprise me. Look at the strength of that trend. Just boom, 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 up. Just super bullish on oil right now with everything going on in the world. It's, about to be wartime, potentially. Oil is always a good bet. Just try... And it's hard to say, but try to get actual oil rather than certificates. But that's just my opinion. Moving on to cryptocurrency and what I really want to cover tonight. We are back in a neutral state. And I say a neutral state because the bulls and the bears are at it tonight. That's all I can really say. I am currently going to show you some information that really makes me want to short the market, but I'm going to be working on a strategy over the next couple hours to figure out if I do want to put in any shorts or not. But what I'm about to show you is very concerning for me, and also just remember that a lot of analysis needs to be done when crypto trading. If you are new to this is the kind of moment that you really need to have experience for when seeing charts like this. So I want to focus not on the total market cap too, but total market cap in general, and just cover everything in general. We have seen a fierce raise in the trend over the last couple days, and we had a bull flag, and if you did a measured move here from trough to peak, it's literally right around the 70 percentile mark of what that measured move would be. Now, crazy enough, like I said, I thought that this was an artificial pump. Something was very wrong with how the price action was working over the last couple of days, because it just looked like there were buy and sell walls everywhere, and the price would not move out of this extremely small range that we never see unless under, again, extremely large-scale institutional control, which I haven't seen in months, maybe even close to a year now. So now we're seeing our last support at around 1.853 trillion go up to our major resistance point, and the last time that we saw a reversal of massive proportions at the $2 trillion total market cap. Now, why I'm scared is because if we look at Bitcoin, we ripped through the last couple major support levels just out of nowhere. Everybody thought Bitcoin was dead, and this makes me feel like the whales are really in total control right now, because how could price action be this strong just poof out of nowhere? And I know all of the on-chain analysis is basically positive about it. I know all of the technical analysis is on positive about it, but I feel like it's out of control of, and now trading in correlation to the traditional markets much more than ever I've seen in this history. Now, what does that say? It says a lot about where we are in the adoption process of this, for sure, and that's extremely positive. But now we're getting to a point where the whole thing is moving completely differently. And just look at this pump that we're in right now on the 1 hour. We saw a floor that we were at for so long. Let's just measure this out real quick. We were in a floor for probably about 13 days of price action that went about as much as 10%. And everybody thought it was going down. And then out of nowhere, we get this massive miracle pump after the craziest dump double top that the market has seen in the history of Bitcoin. And now on our line break chart, we're painting a new green candle. And if you notice, every time we painted a new green candle on the weekly line break chart, we have seen massive pumps to the upside. And there have only been very small instances like here where that has been a fake out. But even there, that was a nice clump of price action. But could this potentially be a bullish move to the upside and a new reversal to the all-time high? That is what's in the market right now. That's what people are trying to discuss and figure out. Same thing with the Heikai Nashi on the weekly. It's just we have flipped bullish, and just the last couple times that we've been able to do that, we have seen massive pulls to the upside. So the short, I know the bears are worried right now, and myself included, because I had been wanting to short this market up to this point. So we are in another major pocket of resistance, but we are just crushing these levels like they aren't even an issue. And this is why I say that this move was manipulated, all right? Like, when have we seen Bitcoin trade at all in this in literally a less than 2% range for more than a few days? And then right when we needed the line break chart to pump green, we have this massive pump come out of nowhere right before market open on Sunday, so that we just have this super bullish indicator. This makes me think that we are basically in a huge bull trap right now. So I might be putting in shorts. I'm definitely going to be doing some more analysis, technical analysis, and also see if any coins went onto any exchanges, how much tonight, on-chain analysis as much as possible. But will we hit the top of this resistance level around the 45,500 mark and get rejected. Will we reject sometime soon in this box? But the indicators are just super overpriced right now, all of them, and they're starting to close up, and we still keep moving up. So again, something big, like I said the other night, something big is about to happen, and this is exactly what happened. Same thing with Ethereum. Here's the 4-hour charts. We saw a floor around 2180 US dollars in Ethereum, and just from this pump in the last almost 15 days now, we have seen a 50% increase. Now, if you leverage that, God bless you, man. So, what can we say? Crypto is very bullish right now, but it is extremely volatile. Please watch out if you are going to make any longs at this point, because we are not in a position to take any long positions right now. It's just very overvalued. My name is Joe Watson. This is the Current of Currencies podcast. If you like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, tick the little bell so that you can get all of our info as soon as it comes out. You can find me on Facebook, ask me questions about the episode or whatever you want in trading. I'm open to talk to people. You can also find me on Twitter at ShedCoins. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'm about to catch a wave out.